Well, we got one person in. It's my first time streaming. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm about to get started. Go grab our starting material. So, I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you can, it would be good to know. It's my first time streaming ever. Um, I don't know where the chat would be, but you guys let me know if you can hear me because it's my first time. But we're about to get the hashback started here. For those of you that are actually interested and are here for the purpose of learning. Let me see if there's like a chat or something. DJ Glass, what's up? So we have our starting material, and then we're going to go ahead and switch the screens here, the lids. So this is the micron screen, 75 microns. This is our 120 in here, starting material micron. So this is what we do. We have our shot back. Can you guys hear me? Can somebody just let me know if you guys can hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Can you guys hear me? Is that hey, hey, yo, it is Jim or Sarah or something. Can you let me know if you can hear me though? Because it's my first time doing this stream and shit. So we're gonna take this, run it through the hashback. So this is a shot vac running through a hose. We got a 5-gallon bucket here, double stack, dust separator attached to our hose. So right now we're agitating this. If you guys can let me know if you can hear me, that would be great. Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Ah, shit. Okay, well, that doesn't help. Okay, so, okay, awesome. Thank you. So what we're doing here, this is the Hashvac. I have a legal hash company out of New Mexico called Lost Art Hashish. So if you guys are interested in hash or cannabis or anything like that, this is what we do. But this is our starting material, and then we switch out the lids and add a screen on here. And what's going to happen is this hashback's going to pull out everything that we don't want in here. And then at the same time, so it's going to create air, friction, static, and then that goes to step two, which step two, um, we take the static wand here, charge it up, and then we pull out all the contaminants, stalks, dust, all the bullshit we don't want. We only collect the heads. So I'm going to turn this on, get it going for about 30 seconds. It's going to be a little bit loud. Just bear with me real quick. Yeah. If you guys can still hear me, you'll see it all moving around. So this is a 75 micron screen attached. So it's going to pull everything out under 75 microns. Because for our top high grade hash, we want 73 to 120 on average. We'll do this, and this is I've been doing this for this is like my fifth pass today. Usually we only do this like 3 to 5 to 6 times. So this is what I like to do. Okay. Okay, so we did that. Now we go on to the next step, which I will show you over here. So now we go, and we take this, and we spread it very thin over this piece of parchment, which you guys weren't here earlier, but I was streaming on Pump On, and I was showing. So this table has been grounded with an alligator clip, and it's attached to, it's being grounded to the wall, the outlet in the wall. So we're going to go ahead, spread this out thinly over this piece of parchment here. And then, if you guys aren't into cannabis or making the best stuff you can make, this won't be as exciting, but I've been doing R&D on this for months, and I finally got it figured out, so I'm pretty fucking excited. Okay, so we do that, then we take our Teflon rod and a microfiber cloth, and then we're just going to, yep, I'm making some hash. It is fire because this is us refining it more than I'd say 95% of the people you get your hash from. This is our static tech. So this is the static tech. So now this is charged up. And then once it's nice and charged up, now we just hover it as close as we can get it to the table and the hash without actually touching anything because there is a charge on the table or on the hash, and you don't want to touch it because you neutralize that charge. And honestly, I've been cleaning this up. This is about my fifth pass today. It's going really well, and it's not picking up as much, so I think we're pretty clean here. Yeah, sorry, this part is very methodical and slow and steady. Okay. There's more stuff around here. So this is how you get your 6-star hash. This is the precursor for us making our piatella. So we want to just make sure we take every. So, I don't know if you're in here and you can see, but it's really hard to. You need the right lighting. But if you can see, it collects all the dust, stalks, contaminant, all the shit that you don't want. I don't know if you can see it or not. Is that better? If you look like right up here as I turn it, it collects all that stuff, and we don't want any of that. Oh yeah, there you go. Isn't that better? So if you guys are getting hatched anywhere else and they're not going through and doing all this extra refinement like we do, then you guys got to really check your sources and get a new hash supplier because this is what it takes to create 6-star hash, Piatella, all the boutique products that you guys want. This is what it really takes. So we're going to go ahead and charge this up again, and we'll do another pass over that. What are you using? Hold on. How much THC is in it? This just got sent to the lab. The test results should be coming back in very soon. Heck yeah, you ever check out Wolverine Dabs? They got really cool electrostatic sift machine. I haven't, but I'll check that out. Can see and smell amount of color change. Hard to see against the white background. What are you using? I wish I could. Well, it's only, but although I do appreciate. Oh, I appreciate you, brother. Um, yeah. So right now this is all live hash grown by Indica Farms. It's all organic, grown on the Rio Grande River. Nothing's fed to it besides water and all the nutrients from the soil there. It's all live. Um, I extract it all. And it's all live. So now we're going to go ahead and do this pass again. And I'll be honest, um, I think it's pretty clean because I've done a lot of passes and I'm barely getting anything out. Then if you guys are on there, I'm going to show you another product that we are one of the only people in the United States making. And so much so that we are in the talks with Snoop Dogg to do a collaboration with his Death Row line out here. So if you guys can stay on for just a couple more minutes while I finish this, I'll show you that product. And like I said, there's only about probably 5 or 10 of us in the United States making this one certain product. So just give me a minute here. Okay, yeah, so see, I'm collecting a lot more in this general area. Um, but in general, I'm not getting much anymore, so I think we're almost clean here. I'll do one more hashback pass, and then I think I'm going to call it after that. Nice and steady. Be sure not to touch the parchment. Yep, there we go. So, let's see. Again, it's very difficult to see on here. Um, Does the river flood and drain in that area? I believe so, yes. From the river, yep. They've been growing there for about 400 years. It's in the Rio Grande between Santa Fe and Taos. Oh, much love, Professor. Professional Minute. Steeler? I believe fluorine dabs helps make the hashback. Oh, cool. Okay. Hell yeah. So you're in it. You know what's up then. Or a version maybe. Minute, minute stealer. I am the minute stealer. I talk. That's fucking awesome. Um, yeah, Hash Crew is dope. I get a lot of tips and talk to him like quite a bit. Same with Philly Solventless. I don't know if you know who Philly Solventless is, um, but Philly Solventless is how I put this version together of the hashback here that you see. Let's see. This version I got from the Philly Solventless guy. It was a lot easier to like get it set up because doing a lot of R&D on this. So, hold on, let me collect. I don't want it to sit out too long. So I'm gonna collect it, throw it back in the freezer. I'll do one more pass. So yeah, it'd be really appreciate it if you seem like you're a hash guy. So you can check us out at Lost Art Hash Sheesh on Instagram. Um, we focus on old school hash, new age stuff. So I'm gonna clean this up with the static tech and the hashback, and then after we clean it up, I'm going to seal it and age it for about 4 months, 4 to 6 months. Let it bleed out all the terpenes, and then from there we're gonna whip it up and turn it into like a soft piatella style hash. But it's time and practice. And if you can give me a second while I put this away, I'll then show you a hash wrap. If anybody's still even on, I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so that looks so good. Go ahead and seal this up. Of the terps. This is Bloom Smoothie, just in case anyone's okay. Yeah, he's great. Do love how they share. See, and that's what I really like about Hash Crew is how open source he is with everything. Same with Press Club. I need your patience, trusting the process, and being. Oh man, you have to be patient with this stuff. Making piatella. Yeah, so I don't want to jar it before I make it because I'm still doing lots of R&D and I feel like the different strains and the different terpenes. So like I do R&D on set strains and I get ready for next year, like next year's harvest. So I'm doing lots of R&D on certain strains because I've only been able to make proper piatella a handful of times. But yeah, growth style strains, everything, the terpene content has a lot to do with the consistency I'm looking for. So like I said, I'm doing R&D right now for stuff that is being grown for next year to see what I'm gonna, have on our menu as of the following year or the end of next year. But with you guys in here, I want to show you our product that we are one of the few people which got a lot of, help from the hash crew again. There's a handful of us making these hash wraps. If you've probably seen the hash wraps because, you're with hash crew and stuff, but most people have not seen the hash wraps yet. Let me know if you've Minute Stealer. Let me know if you've what did you think of is that Israel? You seen these? Yeah. So these the hash wraps. These are my favorite thing. It's just that thin layer of hash pressed, and then we roll it into these pre-rolls, glass tips, fully solventless joint. These put you on your ass. I love these. So we're in talks with Snoop Dogg and Death Row out here. It's since December about doing a collaboration with them and these, and they're gonna get the larger size and they're gonna be the hash blunts. But still waiting on them to pull the trigger. And then this is some pink whip that I am doing a little experiment on that I hash back in static also. Except I think this is too big of a jar and I fucked up on that. I think ideally for this much hash, it should be in a smaller jar like this. But, it is what it is now. So this is slowly turning, but it's only been since the 3rd of September. Um, and I got better at the static text since I made this, so we'll see. And then we got a temple balls that we've been aging. So this has been about 2.5 months. Um, I'm not gonna go ahead and add anything to that mason jar. It kind of just it's all right. It is what it is. It's still gonna make something proper. I just now know for next time not to do that. So that's okay. That is what it is. And people like Snoop and stuff with the hash wraps, everybody we've given them to, and we give them to a lot of people. Everybody's everybody's stoked on them. Like I said, you know about it because you know Hash Crew and you seem like you're like in the know more. But I would say 99% of people have absolutely no idea what a hash wrap is or ever seen one. So when they try it, um, they just love it. It's very difficult to smoke by yourself, but yeah, I'm not gonna add anything to the jars. I'm gonna roll up a little spliff. And I'll be honest, being a hash guy, I love me a good spliff, so don't judge. But to me, that's like one of the best ways to really test the hash out and the flavor and the taste is if a spliff with tobacco mixed with the hash, like, if that tastes good, then you're onto something. It was just an idea. I'm just a big fan. I actually have. I can, yeah, the rooms get cold, man. I'm telling you, we gotta. I mean, it's hard to keep it. I gotta get a cool bot or something, but yeah, on average, we keep it at like 60. Gotta get it down to about, ideally, if we can keep it at like 50, 52, that would be the best. But, we do what we can with what we got at the moment. Um, but, it is what it is. It's a grind, man. I don't know if you're a bit in the industry or know anybody, but it's us versus Goliaths. Okay, let me tell you that. I mean, these people got some serious fuck you money to throw away at this stuff, and we just build it from the ground up. So, one second, I'm just grabbing a little bit of this hash here to add to a spliff. How did you find my stream? This is my first time streaming on here, so I'm just curious, was it from just being on YouTube or did you see me on Reddit? So I advertised it on Reddit also. Oh, hell yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, if you've been a butcher, then you know that's yeah. If you're a butcher, you know exactly what it's like. That's like ideal. Um, yeah, people don't like it when they come to the warehouse, and it doesn't even get that cold. You know, like the lowest we get it is like 60, and people freak out. So, but cool. Were you on? Did you see it just on my post on Reddit, or was it? Oh no, the other one didn't go through for the cannabis extracts page. They blocked that one. It was hard to get into it. Why? What was hard about it? Like the process or learning curve or just like where you're like living and stuff and the laws. Oh, it's pretty hard to get into it. Yes. I'm guessing because of like all the red tape and everything you got to go through. Yeah, and that part, I don't know how old you are, if you've been in it, but I've been doing this for 20 years, and one of the hardest things to do is, to get in with the right people. Um, that takes a lot of trust and good word of mouth. And if you don't have that with the community, it's very hard to build, but it's doable. I was brand new in town, so probably don't want to chant. Yeah, started making what's Quizo hash? Quick wash ISO hash. I've never made ISO hash. ISO hash. I made was like tincture and stuff with alcohol, but not anything else. You're talking about tincture then. How would you even smoke that? I don't even understand how that's possible. Because, I mean, unless there's another way, but oh, I guess you would just. Oh man, that sounds like a burn. I don't know about that. Okay. I mean, maybe you could have just got a 5-gallon bucket with ice and water and just shooken it up. But, we all gotta, I was doing weird shit when I started too. I was washing in a washing machine when I first started in Mendocino. We got, we bought a used washing machine. This was like back in like 2010. And we just loaded that thing up with a bunch of bud and just we ran that thing like 24/7. But that was like before all the stuff came out. Now we got like low temp and all this good stuff. Okay, what are your laws like in Indiana? It's pretty you guys aren't even medical out there, I don't think, are you? Is Indiana medical? No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I thought. What are your, okay, so what's the closest state to you then that's legal? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so everybody just goes to across the border. That's how it is out here too, it seems like. Yeah, Michigan has this pretty strong market. That's one of the spots that we might go to next. God damn, that's a lot. $80 a half gram damn out here. Full grams of like the top tier shit goes for like $60. That'd be 120 for a gram, but or 160. That is full milk prices. That's yeah, we've come a long way. So once you guys legalize, that's all gonna change. I'm gonna set the camera up. I'm gonna go wash my hands and get the hash. I'm gonna do one more pass, and then we are going to call it and age it. So let me wash my hands real quick. Paper towels. Yeah, that's where I came from. I've been in the cannabis industry in California for about 20 years almost. Lived up in Mendocino for a while, did the growing out there, learned to make hash out there originally. Um, Worked all over California doing this from Mendocino all the way down to San Diego. And then the industry died, and you gotta move states. So yeah, those Matt Rise days, like what was considered 6-star hash back then, I would say is 5-star now because they weren't static separating and hash backing and stuff back then. So I would say all that stuff was the considered 5 now. Ever heard of Slack? No, no, I haven't. No, I lived in a small town about 45 to an hour south of Fort Bragg called Gualala, next to Point Arena. And then in Chico, I lived there for a bit. Um, okay, so it's time. I'm gonna switch the lids, and then I'm gonna turn the hash back on. And when I do that, it's gonna get loud, but I don't think we need to do it for as long because I think it's pretty fucking clean by now. So we're just adding the air in there right now. You see it all moving around. And we got the air going. And then we'll give it a couple of shakes. Try to get the static charge. Now we go to step 2. And we will spread this out over our table that is grounded, which I'll show you how I did that. So we're going to go ahead and spread this out nice and thin. Try to make it as even as possible, trying to avoid clumps just in case. But like I said, I think this is my 6th or 7th pass, so it should be good. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to take our Teflon rod and we're going to give a little jerk to charge it up. But I honestly think it's good to go after this. I'm just this part requires a lot of. You just have to be very careful here because if my fingers touch the table with the hash, I'm going to neutralize the charge. But yeah, it's pretty clean. It's barely picking stuff up now. So I think I've done a pretty good job here. There we go. Here's a little heavier pocket. Nice. Okay, so we'll do a couple more passes. Okay. All right. Let me show you what we collected this time. Oh, and you're gone. You see all that? That's what we just collected. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Electric stacks.